There's something exhilarating about setting out on a new adventure in the dark, just before the sun starts to burn the sky. Right now, it's about 30 minutes before sunrise, and I'm on my way to Circle B Bar Reserve for the first time. My first impression is just how magical and nostalgic it is here. This is the real Florida. I'm surrounded by towering live oaks, draped in Spanish moss, and vibrant, lush resurrection ferns. It's just simply breathtaking. As I slowly make my way through the Marsh Rabbit Run Trail, I see an osprey and a great blue heron perched up on a dead tree. This trail leads to a small overlook, which offers sweeping views of the wetlands and is a good spot for wildlife viewing. It's really overcast, so I'm not surprised there isn't much wildlife activity yet. So far, I've only come across an anhinga, some more great blue herons, and a pair of grackles. Farther up the trail, I find this small pond with a few wading birds and a couple of alligators looking for breakfast. This is the most activity I've seen all morning. I know one of them is definitely a male based on his size. I think I'll name him Albert. Since they don't seem to be aggressive toward each other, I think it's safe to say the second gator is a female, so I name her Allison. Alligators are ambush predators, so they like to stalk their prey before striking. Albert is taking a more stealthy approach by submerging himself, stirring up the water, hoping to flush out prey. On the other hand, Allison is taking a more direct approach by lunging at her prey. She stays persistent and sticks to her strategy, but keeps coming up empty. Albert's approach isn't working all that well either. Even with all the splashing, the wading birds don't seem to be alarmed. This white egret is patiently waiting for the right moment before spearing its prey. A vibrant roseate spoonbill and wood stork continue to forage and seem to be having the most luck at catching a meal. Not too far up the trail, I come across this beautiful white egret preening itself. I love how the backlight accentuates its figure and creates a glow behind the wings and breeding plumage. I start to hear some rustling behind me, and I can see an alligator start to cross over the trail and into the pond. I struggle to get my tripod and camera set up in time, so most of the footage is pretty shaky and out of focus. I do manage to capture a moment towards the end before it gracefully slides down into the water. The rest of the trail is fairly quiet, but I spot two more male alligators in the distance having a dispute over territory or a nearby female. At the end of Marsh Rabbit Run, I decided to do a short walk along the Wading Bird Way Trail, where I find another great blue heron, a tricolored heron, and one massive gator. I'm not sure if this is the famous Goliath, but this guy is a giant. Despite his size, I'm amazed how fast he's able to leap out of the water. It's just amazing. I start to feel a light drizzle, and it's becoming harder to find wildlife, so I decide to call it a day. I wish I could spend another day or two exploring the rest of the reserve. There's just so much more to see. If you're into wildlife photography or just looking for a beautiful place to hike, definitely put this spot on your list. Let me know in the comments if you've been here before and what your experience was like. Thanks for tagging along with me this morning. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and stick around for more nature adventures and photos coming soon.